Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Aaliyah. So, this is my very first YouTube channel. I've never done a YouTube video before. Well, actually, I have for school, but not like on my own, like channel, like for this specific channel. So, I hope that you are having a blessed day. Thank you for tuning in. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to this channel. So this video is going to be about me sharing my testimony of how I found Jesus. So go ahead and put where you're from down in the comments. Tell me a little about yourself because I look forward to um creating a community on this platform. Like if in real life, if you know me, um I'm a pretty shy, pretty private person. So, um, yeah, I just really keep things to myself. So this is a new thing for me. Mind you, I've been watching YouTube for a very long time, like super long, like since like a long time ago. Okay. So like when it kind of first came out. So, not gonna tell my age. So now I'll let y'all know my age. I'm 26. So, but um, yeah. So, um, mind you, I also wanna make other videos, kinda, like, more in depth about, like my testimony is gonna be like an overview, but I'm gonna be more in depth about certain situations in more videos if the Lord wants me to do that. So out of obedience to the Lord, I want to do this video. The Lord told me not to give up on my podcast, so I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. So, here we go. Okay, so my testimony of how I found Jesus. So, um, just a little background of how I grew up. So, faith wise, um, it's like I knew of God and I knew of Jesus, but not necessarily, the relationship aspect, right? And I feel like a lot of churches, unfortunately, well, I can't say a lot because you go to your churches, but of course you're not going to every church. But I feel like just from what I see, a lot of churches, prosperity focused churches, don't really emphasize the relationship aspect. And I'm like, wow, this is like super important. Like God really wants a relationship with us. So again, it's like I knew of God, knew of Jesus, but I didn't have a true relationship. Um, so I actually got baptized at a young age, and I try to remember the age as to when I got baptized. I can't remember. I cannot remember at all. But I know I did. Anyway, so that was kind of like my faith outlook, like spiritual outlook before I got saved. From like all the way up until I graduated college and left college. So, yeah, I go to school. I actually went to a private elementary school for like elementary, and then I went to public school for middle and high school. Graduated high school. So during this time, this is important part I should say. Um, so I was exposed to pornography at a young age, um, and then um, I was living a homosexual lifestyle. I was living in that lifestyle for a while, a long time. And um, so when I was in high school, I had gotten into a relationship. And this is kind of like my first, um, I guess you could say heartbreak in a sense. Um, and, it was hard. So then I go into college. And you're dating. You know how it is when you're dating in college. It's like, you're just seeing what's out there, and especially when you're not saved, you're doing things, you don't know what you're doing. um so um but mind you, I feel like I really didn't do well. I'm not gonna again say that for another some more story times or other videos, but um So yeah, I was dating women in college. Um, and then my last year, I went through um, pretty devastating, toxic. Well, it's really two devastating situations in college. Um, so the last one was really tough because it was pretty abusive. Not sorry, not physically, excuse me. Um, it was abusive. Um, so, but I do feel like the Lord, mind you, this is before I got saved. Um, so when I was in that relationship, it was like I felt like I couldn't get out of it because only if you've been in an abusive relationship, then you know how it feels. It feels like you can't get out of it. Like you just can't get out of it. And it's like really like a unexplainable feeling, right? So yeah, sorry. And so I feel like the Lord got me out of that and said, no, like you're not gonna be in this devastate. You're not gonna just sit here and just be just in this bad destruction relationship. So I feel like the Lord, that person ended it. And when that person ended it, I felt like a huge weight like lifted off of my shoulder, y'all. Like I'm not even joking. Um this person would like this person was just very angry a lot. And I'm not obviously looking back now that I am saved at that situation. That person went through a lot of hurt and pain in their life. And when you've been through things like that, I can understand the anger. You know what I mean? Because this person went through some hard things. So again, so I'm out of that relationship, and then I graduate college, and I'm out working. I began to work as a teacher. Um, y'all, my first year was hard. It was hard, but like I had a really, really, again, really, really hard class that I want to talk about in the future too. Um, so, and that all of this is, mind you, going on within like 2 years. So it's like my confidence, my self confidence, like went down a lot. Like, I felt low about myself. Like I just didn't feel like I see now I didn't really love myself. Um, yeah. I was putting so much like love into other people, but I was not getting it. I wasn't feeling that love for myself that I was giving to other people in a sense. And mind you, um, I also don't want to be or come off um like I did nothing wrong in the relationships or anything. I have flaws, and I did things that were wrong too. So, I repented, and when I gave my life to the Lord for things that I did said that were wrong. Um. So anyway, so I feel like kind of like 2, 3 years after, I feel like the Lord was slowly taking my desire away from that lifestyle. Like the Lord was taking my desire for that lifestyle away because I no longer wanted to live in that, um, and live in that lifestyle. So I started desiring, being with a husband and things like that. So having a husband and such, and dating a guy and stuff. So yeah, um, so in January 2025, I did meet someone, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. I was very devastated by the situation, but I know now, like, I can never let a person devastate me in that way again because I literally was just watching a video and she was saying how you don't put your trust in your husband, you don't put your trust in any person on this earth. You only put your trust in the Lord. That's it. You can't put your trust in anyone because they're human just like you. Just like I wouldn't want to put trust in me as a wife, as anything, because humans let other people down. Humans let people down. So, and that's very, it's freeing. So anyway, um so the thing was is that I didn't meet, so that was a devastation. So I'm also, at that time I was talking to another woman, and um it was friendship at first, but obviously there was some flirting going on and things like that. But mind you, okay, so this is all kind of going on. So then I'm on my phone, I'm on the internet, and basically I come across Philip Anthony Mitchell. And I'm like, oh, who is this? Da, 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 da. So I look at his videos, and I'm like, I had never seen the gospel like preached in this way ever. Like I had never seen it, the gospel preached in that way. And so I'm like, wow. So I look more into 2819 church, and I'm like, okay, sin. So I'm learning about things that I never really understood, like about sin, about repentance, about heaven, about hell. Like all these things are serious. And it's like, whoa, like my mind was just blown. So I'm looking more into 2819 church, and this is going over for like a month or two, right? So then I see that they were having an access prayer. So I'm like, what is this access prayer? So I looked it up, and I saw that in the caption they said it's come for like, a night of prayer and things like that, like a gathering of people just crying out to the Lord. I'm like, I've never seen this. So it was on virtual. So I said, this is when I'm going to give my life to the Lord and surrender to God. Because at this point, I'm like, I know the truth. Now I see the truth. And my spirit, my soul, I just felt like, wow, I need to give my life to the Lord and have a real relationship. So during that access prayer night, that's when I cried out to the Lord. I repented. I asked for forgiveness. I said, Lord, please forgive me for all the things that I've done in my life, like unknowingly, like, you know, just things just out here, you know what I mean? Doing things I was not supposed to be doing. And I said, Lord, please forgive me. And I cried out to the Lord, and that's when I got saved. So that was in May of 2025. And it was just a really beautiful, um, it was great. And one thing they don't tell you about your walk with Christ is that it's not easy. There have been a lot of hard moments I've had so far. Because I've been saved for a year now. So it's not been easy. It hasn't been easy. And trust me, I made mistakes when I got saved. Like one of them being I tried to date too fast. Um, I tried to date way too fast. And the Lord shut down every single situation that I was like, about to walk into, and He literally shut it down. Like, no. And every dealing person that I would speak to, um, I would pray every night, say, Lord, you don't want this person to be in my life. Can you please take it away? And He would take it, like it would end in some way, shape, or form. Um, so yeah. And oh, also, so I got baptized in December, which was really great. Um, so yeah, ever since I've just been working with the Lord, it's trying to be intentional about my prayer life and reading the Bible. And some days I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not. And see, one thing about me too, guys, I'm like honest. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat or like. No, I want to be completely 100% transparent because that's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to be honest and tell the truth. So I'm gonna be honest. Like there are days I struggle. Like I'm like for some reason I struggle, with picking up the Bible or praying and things like that, worshiping. But God is so good. Like He loves us so much. He's done so much for us. This is the least. You know what I mean? We're His children. He created me. He created you. He created everything on this earth. So yeah. Um, it was just a beautiful moment. Like when I got saved, like I felt like my mind just transformed. Like I felt like, because I was spiritually dead. That's what it was. And then it's like now I'm alive. I felt like I was like spiritually dead. Like when I now that like when I got saved, it didn't happen automatically. But like I say like 9 like no. In this year of like I say like April, I started getting dreams. Like I started receiving, and I mean like every single day I have a dream. And it's like I know that I'm still trying to discern, trying to figure out like the you know, um, what these dreams mean and all that. I'm still trying to figure all that. Listen, that's a lot, okay? What the Lord is trying to tell me in these dreams, and I feel like some dreams are from because I've had some pretty bad dreams. Like I have had some bad dreams. Like whoa, but I'm still trying to figure out, what the Lord's trying to tell me through these dreams and all these things. So that's still something I'm working on, but um, it's hard for me to figure that out. Y'all, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you, um, but yeah, I've been having so many dreams like every single night. If I had to go like a week with no dreams, it's like whoa, like something is really off. Like you know what I mean? So that it's gone to the point where I have dreams every night. So anyway, um, yeah, so I just want to say to anyone who is watching this video or took the time out to watch this video, I want to say that the Lord, just always remember that the Lord, he is walking with you on your walk with Christ. Like don't feel like when we look at people's videos or testimonies, which are great, but don't feel like, their walk is not your walk with Christ. So you're like, "Oh, I'm going through this with this da, 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 da," but they seem like da, da, da. That's their walk. And I had to do this for myself. So everything I'm saying is like things I had to realize for myself. So don't feel, you know, weary and well doing.